Good morning, my friends. Welcome back to my channel, particularly to me. Just a little, I don't know, brief beforehand, before we get into a project, is that I'm feeling very unfocused at the moment, having trouble settling or actually starting things. So it may be some time before I'm up and running properly on my channel. But today I really wanted to do a video. Like I was feeling unfocused and lost, and it was like, I just need to do a video. So here I am with warts and all. So I wanted just something really easy, really that I could just flow with. And the obvious thing for me was envelopes. Obvious because I've got a shipload of them. Like I could load up a ship and it might be in danger of sinking. I had a healthy supply beforehand. Then we've received a whole lot of mail from my mother-in-law's passing, and all of my father-in-law's mail comes to us first, and then we deliver it to him. And what doesn't come direct to us, then we end up with anyway, because he passes it on to us. And that's not just like cards and things for the bereavement, but it's all his medical documents, all his insurance documents, all his rest home documents, like everything he receives ends up with us. And then we are currently clearing out the house, and I do not believe that my mother-in-law threw out a single envelope or piece of paper in her life. We've got empty envelopes where she's written lists on them, like a shopping list, and she's kept it. Now, I would not classify my mother-in-law as a hoarder, but envelopes and paperwork, I might revise my statement. So I have lots of envelopes. Some I have biffed, either because they're too bad or they're written on and it's like, you know, really, I've got so many envelopes, I don't need to keep every single one. These ones I have here are actually ones that have come to us, so they're not ones out of the house. I found a lot of brand new envelopes as well, just saying, you know, whole packets of blank envelopes, unused, brand new envelopes as well, which are fantastic. Did not throw any of those out. Right, so I don't know where I'm going with this, and I'm certainly not going to get through this many envelopes. But these ones are very torn. Hubby knows better. Hubby usually is very careful, but through this time of losing his mum and that, I have not said boo to him about the way he opens envelopes. He's not in the headspace, and quite honestly, I haven't been either. So it's like, whatever. If he opens it nicely, fantastic. If he doesn't, no problem. Like I said, I've got enough to sink a ship. So no idea where I'm going with this, whether I'm going to end up making something like new or whether I'm just going to do an old favorite. I don't know. So I'm just happy to have you along with me. I hope this is interesting for all of us. Right, so I've just opened it up. Obviously I've got some issues here. Yeah, just a few issues. I'm thinking maybe I'll just tear off, this is the flap where it's stuck down. So if we tear off that, that's going to take care of most of that tattiness on that side. Can I tear those off without damaging? The side flaps. Kind of. We'll just see after we've removed what we can, what we're left with. And we might end up with just a little kind of mid piece of the envelope that we use. We shall see. And maybe it will give you some ideas for envelopes that have been butchered. We love our people, don't we? We love our people, but sometimes they get a bit forgetful that we want such things as old used envelopes. Okay, so that's given me quite a nice clean panel there. This one I'm not going to be able to treat so nicely because it has torn, you know, in several places. So I think I'm just going to, I've got fragments all over me. I'm going to save myself some trouble. Will it fit? No, it won't fit. Won't fit. So we'll do it the good old-fashioned way with a knife and ruler. So I'm just trying to make sure it's straight, and I'm going to cut where the deepest, which I think is this one, down to that point where the deepest tear is. Maybe just a little bit in. About there, just to remove all that roughness. Now if I was doing grungy with this, I would possibly find a way to use that, and maybe I should have, but I didn't actually think about it until when I was cutting, so never mind. Right, so we have this interesting shaped piece. We've also got a tear here where I actually cut it with my knife because I went a bit far, but that's okay. Thinking, yep, I do think on occasion. It hasn't been happening a lot lately, but I'm just going to crease it there. And then do I want to trim that off, or, oops, we've got another bit of paper hanging off, or do I want to wrap it? Okay, I'm thinking I'm actually going to cut it off. I don't think we actually need it to wrap around, and it could complicate matters, so we'll just snip it off like so. And there's a ridge of something here. I don't know, I was feeling something, but I'm going to, do I want to collage it first and then snip it? I think yes, I will collage it first and then snip it, I think. It means I won't have any funky angles that I'm dealing with. It'll just be straight, and I'll have this funky. I could have waited and collaged that before I trimmed it off, but never mind. So I have grabbed out some of my digitals, but let's first, because this is something else that needs dealing with, it's a constant battle, is my scrap bag. I have no idea what I want. There's a scrap of my digital, but let's just grab some. Look, that's ridiculous. I'm throwing that out. That's just nuts. Why have a piece like that that's unusable? Here's a bit of scrapbook paper. I'm tending, I think, towards the pink, maybe, and red. I'm not sure about this yet. But that seems to be where I'm heading. There's a couple of wee strips. Might be handy. I'm binning a few bits that I come across because it's like, honestly, why did I keep such silly, unusable, weird shaped bits? You know, sometimes it pays to have a little not harvest, what am I trying to say? Prune, that's a better word, prune of your scraps. It's like, either tidy them up, make them usable, or be realistic and go, how can I actually use that? There's a pink envelope that's I've cut the stamp off of. There's a bit of a red envelope, so maybe we will go pink and red. There's a bit of my digital could work. A bit of magazine paper, I don't know, but we might be able to use it. Sorry, I'm off camera, guys. I just can't dig in my scrap bag on camera because I wouldn't be able to see what I'm doing. And it would take so much longer. Here's a bit of red. This is thicker paper, but maybe. Do we want a bit of gold in there? Maybe. Okay, I think that's probably enough to get going with. I imagine we'll need more than what's here because I want variety, but let's start with perhaps a bit of this. And I think I will wrap it around the bottom. Right, grab out a glue stick and let's get gluing. So how are you, my friends? It feels like ever so long since I've checked in with you, because it is. So I hope you're all doing well. I hope everything is good in your life at the moment. I'm getting on okay, apart from just feeling really unfocused and struggling to commit to things. And I know it's just where I am right now. It won't always be like that, but I'm also being kind to myself and not stressing about it. Like, it is what it is, you know. And if I know if I push it at this point, because you know I've been in grief before. I know what grief is like, and it can all seem to be fine, and then boom, you're back in the middle of it. So I'm just really taking my time and just sitting with it, I guess, and doing what I can when I can, as I feel inspired to, largely. Let's add some of this. So hubby at the moment is in the middle of a 12-day work period, which is really, really tough on him. So weirdly enough, he hadn't worked a full week since beginning of April. And that's because of public holidays, because of sick days, because of what was happening with his mother. And then with her passing, of course, taking bereavement leave and all that sort of stuff. So he hasn't worked a full week for all that time, and then to go straight into working 12 days in a row, which is not normal, let me tell you. Normally works 5 days, then a weekend 5 days, and regular 5 days, you know, Monday to Friday. But his work were moving. They moved at the weekend just gone, moved building, and so it was all hands on deck, and they worked. So Friday they were closed for moving, and then they worked all over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, full days. No, I don't want to put that there because that's going to be right over top of its matching piece. So let's pop it over here instead, and I'm going to put it over the window a little bit, I think. Yeah, so huge, big period. He's been really tired, is really tired, but he's handling it very, very well. There is, of course, the excitement of a new building. It's huge, absolutely huge. So their previous building that they've moved out of was 800 square meters, and they've gone to 2,000 square meters. Like, it is incredible. Right, let's put a bit of this red envelope. And of course all the stresses and things that come along with moving. So it took, they've got a brand new coffee machine, barista coffee machine, and it took till, oh, do I want to actually put that bit with the little bit of postmark there? Why not? Took until yesterday to get the new coffee machine actually plumbed in, because it has to be plumbed into the water, I guess, and stuff. So, you know, they've been doing it tough without their coffee machine, because they're all used to having, you know, coffee when they first get in of their choosing, and having coffees throughout the day. And so, yeah, it's been a bit tough on them, which is, I find quite funny. So they're all happy now that it doesn't really work there. Maybe we can pop it here. Let's just give that a rough edge there. So, you know, there's lots to sort out. While the stock has all been moved, they still have, like it's all in the new warehouse, but it has not all been ordered and put away. And of course, everything has to be scanned in, the location of where it's being put. You know, it's a whole big thing. So it's going to take quite a while to kind of settle in for the warehouse staff, which my hubby is. He's one of the warehouse staff. And but it's going to be good, because their stock has been split across. Oh, they've still got Kaiapoi to grab. They've got stock in Kaiapoi, but they've had stock split across 1, 2, 3, 4 buildings, because it didn't all fit in their 800 square metre property. So yeah, so being in a 2,000 square metres and having everything in the same place is going to be a lot more efficient, which is awesome. Let's put some of this in. Yeah, let's put that there. Yeah, so that's what's been going on for hubby, and he called in to see his dad last night on the way home, which was good because he wasn't anticipating on getting there until the end of the week after he's, you know, finished his big days, but he went last night, so that was good. His dad was happy to see him, and we got a bunch more mail passed on to us with envelopes. So yeah, they're not going to stop coming anytime soon, I think. I don't know at the end of the day, apart from pockets at the bottom, what this is going to be or how it's going to look. So maybe you're crafting along with me. Maybe we find something that will fit the, what about this pink envelope? It's a pretty pink envelope. Just going to tear a piece in and see if it will fit. Because, you know, we're just flowing here. We're in flow state. We're not worrying about the details. We're just seeing what comes. I am going to put that there. If I'm going to put the gold in, I need to think about some of the gold now before I've kind of isolated it to a patch, which I don't want to do. So what's been up in your guys' life? Has anything exciting been happening? Got this little bench corner that might just be what the doctor ordered for this wee gap here. We'll put a little splash of gold right on the edge. The other thing I am not back fully yet is the food bank. I did 1 week where I did both Wednesday and Thursday, and then the other weeks I've either done none or 1 day, which is the Thursday. So it's interesting. I had the opportunity to do Wednesday this week, or take it off, and I'm supposed to be training somebody, but I messaged her and she's not available this week, so I was like, okay, I'm going to take the day off then. Since I've got the opportunity, I'm going to not do Wednesday. So I might actually go with hubby to his work tomorrow. I'm just going to give this a trim up because it's annoying me. Because I want to talk to the boss, who's a friend. I want to have a wee word with him about something I'm thinking about. And it's like, I'll be there Friday for grocery day, but maybe tomorrow might be the day, depending whether he's you know, got a minute, because he's busy as well. yeah, let's put that there. That makes me happy. Change out my glue page, I think. Oh, do I want... No, that's got the sticky adhesive side, so no, we need to glue that side down. So yeah, I might go to Rangiora for the day tomorrow, and because man, I tell you, it's really flash. They've got a big long dining table down the centre of the break room with bar stools, which for me are incredibly uncomfortable. I gave them a test run on last Friday, and it was like, nope. And I knew it would be because I don't do bar stools. They are just so uncomfortable and hard to get into. So anyway, that's down the centre of the room. At one end there's the kitchen, which has got double ovens, double dish drawers, double sinks, you know, all the things. It's got the coffee machine, it's got the fridge, freezer, it's got little cubby holes with doors on for staff to put their lunch bags and stuff like that in, which is new. Didn't have that at the old building. And at the other end of from the kitchen, so go past the dining tables with the bar stools, right to the other end is the couch, which is the same couch that was in the other building. And the TV, and before that is the pool table, which has been recovered in a colour called paprika, so it's a dark orange, sort of burnt orange colour. And then beside the dining tables with the bar stools, there's booths, which are padded booths with tables, really comfy, really nice. And so that's where, do I want to fold that over? No, I'm not going to fold that over. I'm not sure what I'm doing this side yet, so I might prefer it clean. I've got a little curve up here. I wanted to get that off because it's very sticky. Didn't do a very good job of cutting that, but never mind. So the booths, when I'm eating, or if I want to work at the booth or something, that's where I'll work, rather than the high tables, because I spend a lot of time there, and it used to be my workplace. I used to work with the company, so you know, I know all the staff and they're all very familiar with me, and I'm just kind of like an extra quite often. They're used to me coming and going and running around like I own the place kind of thing. Yeah. I'm just going to randomly put that piece in the middle there. Why? I don't know, just because it is a little piece that I need to deal with. I'm liking the colours. I think the colours are really pretty. And so far I haven't dipped out for anything more, so that's pretty fun. Now this, do I want to use this? It is quite... no, I don't think it's gelling with me. Can we fit that in there? Yep, we can fit that in there. Yeah, so it's very nice, very flash. And then down the center of the room, all above the bar stool dining table area, and kind of across almost to the booths, are there those white paper light shades, but a whole bunch of them, so it gives the effect of clouds. And it's called, I've actually called it cloud lighting, and it's really cool, like really cool. It's really gives an atmosphere. It's very playful. It's also actually quite pretty, so that's fun. And then there's a whole bunch of rooms that they never had available. Like there's meeting rooms, specific meeting rooms. They did have a training room previously, but the training room was also office for upstairs staff. And now there's a dedicated training room that's not occupied by staff, which is going to make it so much better for everybody. It's just really cool. Very, very cool. So we're almost covered this side. We're getting on quite well. There. So it was my first time at the new building on Friday because, you know, staff had been going backwards and forwards and setting up and doing things for months, really, as the building got built. And I've seen it from the outside, but this was my first time in it. And I could have been in it prior. Like they would have been quite happy for me to go down and have a look inside, but something nice about coming in, I've deliberately left the gap there, coming in on the D-Day, you know, the day when it's open and everything's getting set up and the high energy of the time of moving. Right, let's not forget some gold. Put some more gold in. Don't want that scalloped edge there. That bit there. Yeah, so super fun. I did have a frustrating day yesterday. It was so frustrating, and I was quite grumpy by the time I went to bed. And I was late going to bed because I was trying to get it done because I'm doing surface pattern design, and there was a competition that closed 7 AM our time this morning, and I spent all day yesterday working on my pattern, and then the program crashed and I lost everything. And so I had a break from it, not that I broke, but I had a break from working on it, and then even shut my computer down. And then when I felt ready, I went back and I recreated it from the ground up. So much time, hours and hours and hours of work. And it was too big. The file was too big for the competition requirements. So I had to resize it down, and every time I tried to resize it down, it did something really funky and just gave me so many headaches. And then 10 past 10, I was sitting there and it was just going round in circles. It wasn't doing anything. So I just hard crashed it because I thought, I need to go to bed. This isn't going to happen. And so I did that. So I know that when I turn my computer on again, that I would have lost again everything I did. So super frustrating. And it's not because it wasn't saved in between times. Sorry, I kind of lost my train there. I actually stopped doing anything. It was automatically saving every, I think I've got it set to 2 minutes. But even with that, it still lost everything. So super frustrating. Right, this bit, I don't think, there's not really enough pink. Oh, there's a cool bit of yellow on the back, so I'm not going to use that either. So we just need something here, maybe another bit of red envelope. Sounds like the way to go. Yeah, so that was my day yesterday, and I was just like incredibly frustrating, and there was so much work into it. It was a really detailed pattern, which is, I think, the problem. There's a white mark on there, so we'll put it that side up. And I think, yeah, that's why I was having so many problems, because my system was struggling to cope with that level of detail. But, oh man, it was doing such weird things. Like, my last attempt before I just, oh, and I've glued it on the wrong side. Oh well, whatever. Okay, Sarah. We'll just have that white mark there. And call it detail, texture, interest. Right. Okay, so let's consolidate these scraps that I've got here into a pile, so at least they're kind of tidy. Right, so my fold line, which technically I should wait a little bit, but just looking for my fold line. I guess it doesn't really, oh, now that's going to be a problem. We've got paper that's basically close to the fold line. Okay, well, let's fold it. Give it a nice hard crease on there. And then can we, is that going to stay? That is the question. Is that going to stay? A bit of trimming up to do. Okay, and take out this little V out of the middle here. It's giving me problems. Can you feel the concentration? Because I certainly can. Right, so that is not wanting to stay. Can we put some tacky glue on and see if that's going to be any better? I didn't even consider where that fold line was when I was collaging, but oh well. Oh well, you get that in the big jobs and the small ones too. Right, so see how that does with that stronger glue. Right, little trim up here where I didn't get quite to the edge. Being very pedantic, very picky. Okay, so let's fold it in half so we can see that way whether we've got any touch-ups we need to do as well on the edge. Looks like I thought more about that edge, which is good. Now we've got this bit here. What are we going to make? What do you reckon, guys? What are we actually making here besides a collaged envelope? Sip of my coffee again. Okay, decision time. Is it going to be a loose piece with pockets? It needs a little trim there as well. I'm thinking about this curve. Do I want to just straighten it off? It's a little bit shorter. Or do I want to make it a wraparound? Okay, journal page. Where's the journal page? Actually, I can probably use one of these of my printables that I've got here. It's not trimmed out, but that's okay. I can just pretend. This is my latest kit, which has been out a couple of months now. Colour Essentials Plaid, or Plaid, however you pronounce it. And there's Colour Essentials Mottled as well, which is actually this. And it's a kit with both kits have multiple pages. So we could do this as a wraparound, which tells me I don't like this curve. This side's okay. Right, so sometimes you just need to visualize how things are looking. So what I'm going to do is line it up on my mat here. That's not straight. That's better. And where do we want to trim it down to? I think about there. So, good old craft knife. Just going to take a couple of passes, I think, to get through the bottom section. There we go. Yeah, that makes me happy now when it's wrapped around a page. I'll just do it this way. We've got a nice clean edge there. That to me looks much, much better. Okay, I do want to, now do I want to collage the inside? See, this to me is really good writing space. It's interesting and yet it's writable. It's also decorative. I mean, we've got a white strip up there, but that's, maybe we actually want to, just thinking on my feet or on my butt actually, because I'm sitting down. Maybe we just want to do a fun little strip just to tie in the rest and cover that white strip. I've got a little bit of white here. I'm not so worried about that. Let's just take it. This isn't quite wide enough, but we're going to go with it. It's not a huge big deal. Let's just leave a little bit of the blue at the edge, which is fine by me. And I'm still thinking about the window, what we're going to do around the window, if anything. We might just put a picture in the window. Right, so we'll cover this little white strip with a bit of decorative something or other. You can see a little bit hanging over the top from the other side. And a little bit here. Here we go. So we've now got some tie-in on the inside. Right, this side I think's fine. I can go ahead and glue the pocket in after I take out a little thumb notch. Do I want to distress it? I should think about that. Probably. So I hope you're enjoying this, just me fiddling around trying to decide what I want to make with this. Hopefully it's of some use or value or entertainment or something to fill in a bit of time. Right, that paper down the bottom is now seeming to be staying put, so that's good. I haven't distressed the inside there because I don't really think I need to. Right, let's do a thumb notch in this side as well. The glue stick's in the way. Let's move you. Right, I'm not going to glue this down yet because I want to think about what I'm doing here. I am thinking picture. Do I have anything that would actually fit in there? I'm wondering if I've got a bird. Now, I've been working on my birds over on Patreon. I've created an ephemera folder and I'm putting my birds in it, but I haven't finished. So why work with ones that I've already put away when I can work with ones that are yet to be put away? Now, you are pretty, but I don't think you, colour-wise, are gonna, I mean, it's not bad. And I'm thinking if I put a bird like this in, then I'll put a backing. No, it's not working for me. Okay, that was first thought number one. Okay. Thought number two is I get the right folder. Oh, actually, I think that's on cardstock, which is possibly not what I'm... Is it cardstock or paper? Oh no, it's paper. That's a bit big. Okay, no. Let's get that one then. Looking for some sort of digital that would fit. These are Christmas ones, but then I'm sorry if there's a glare from the plastic pockets, but it's kind of just the way we need to work. About this one in the back here. Couple of options. I think these are from Antique Paperie. It's not really dark enough. It's being blitzed by the... Yeah, no, it's not showing up enough. And because it's got the window, you know, the glassine or whatever it is, it needs to have a stronger colour behind it. This is slightly stronger. It's also got... which way? Yeah, this is Antique Paperie. It's got it on there. There. We're going to use that one. Okay. Now, I think Antique Paperie don't make the same stuff as they used to. I think they've gone with a different style. And I know this is no longer available. I know that for sure. But go check them out and see what they do have. This is from 2014. So I've had it... Oh my gosh, does that mean I've been making journals a lot longer than I thought I had? If that's 2014, not to say that I bought it in 2014. I might have bought it later than that. But if I bought it that same year, that means I've been doing journals for 9 years. Wow. Because somebody asked me the other day and I was like, oh, I don't know, 6 or 7. It's like, no, I think 9's probably actually more accurate. Wow, that's weird. That is weird. I mean, it's good. But it's just like, wow, time flies. Okay, so if we put that there, I'm just going to put some glue. Oh, my stomach's making gurgles. I'm just going to put some glue around the window itself. And then we'll put something over top, I think. Otherwise we're going to have this random sort of edges and it's not going to look as good. I want to try and position this where I need it. So we've got some red roses, one here and one in the bottom, and I want both of those. So pretty good with the glue, not too bad. Okay. So, but that looks really random. One, it's not straight. It's fine on the front, but that just looks messy. So we need to do something with that. I'm wondering actually about this pink envelope. Yep, that will be wide enough, more than wide enough. Just cut a piece out. I mean, I could just use coffee dyed paper. This is using another envelope. Okay, now that I've got it separated, let's tidy up that edge. And give it a straight edge along at least one other side. Random little piece there. Okay. And we could give it a little blue border, which would be quite nice. Just so it's not completely separated. And we don't need to go all the way down there. So let's see where we need to go to. go about, need to go below the thumb notch. Okay, let's go there. Yep, that's pretty cool. And let's go, how much are we leaving? About there. Do it around the other way, might be easier. Okay, I want to round the corners as well. Just putting my guillotine down on the floor and saw my corner rounder, and it's like, that's right, I wanted to round the corners. Right, just gonna turn that over. Which side? One's darker than the other. Let's just do that. How are we doing time-wise? Oh yeah, we're getting there, aren't we? So I do appreciate you being with me today and just hanging out, and for the wild ride that is a lot of me talking and a bit of crafting without a clear defined project in mind. That, you know, it's just where I'm at the moment. I've got these things I know I need to be doing, like getting back to the Deal It Up challenge, to the collage stories, to design team projects, and I'm just really struggling with that, getting into it and doing it. So just bear with me, and eventually we'll decide what we're doing and how we're doing it. We as in me. Okay, whoops, that didn't. Let's try that again. No, it does not want to stick along that edge. Let's use some tacky glue and we will make it stick. I think because we've got that extra layer under there of the image. So let's just give it a little bit of extra encouragement. Cool, here we go. And now we can do the pocket. And we've got writing space, we've got writing space, we've got pockets for things to go in, and one side is shorter than the other, which is fine because it's not going to matter once it's wrapped around a page. So whether you wrap it this way or whether you do it this way, doesn't matter. Okay, let's do those corners. Oh, clatter clang, sorry about that. I will, of course, distress around everything because that's how I do it. Okay, that's looking pretty cool. We've got a decoration on the front, but I think we can add something else, maybe a little butterfly. Thinking butterfly. I have got very few butterflies left. Very, very few. This is a ridiculous number that makes me feel very uncomfortable. Purple, no, there's another purple, there's another purple, there's a wee pink one. What size do we want? I mean, we could go with like a colour. Butterfly, do we want the white one? Or do we want a little tiny pink one? Pink kind of gets lost, I think. It's too much of the same. So we're left with, and that one was purple, wasn't it? Yes. Yeah, no, I don't want purple. So we can have like something quite bold. Have something, there's green in here and it kind of blends in with the gold. So I'm putting that bright one, or we can go the white. I kind of like the green one, it stands out. Okay, let's go green. Oops, lid on the tacky glue. Maya and I went to use the tacky glue for the first time in probably close to 2 months, maybe, probably not quite that long, and it was so blocked up. So I got that sorted, and it was less than half full, so it was running down. And I thought, okay, while I'm cleaning it out, I might as well top it up. And then I found my big glue bottle was all blocked up, and so I had to deal with that before I could top up my little glue bottle. It's just like, yeah, use your supplies, people, because they, even just sitting, even things like big bottles of glue, they will go bad on you. And it wasn't bad, it just, all the glue from pouring it out into this wee bottle had collected around the top and then set, and so it wouldn't let anything else because it was all set. So I actually had to dig it out with tweezers, and then I threw the tweezers away because the tweezers all bent. Man, that glue's strong. Almost cold cup of coffee. Yum yum. Okay, do we want maybe a wee label? Go for the Junk Journal Studio, Labels from Days Gone By, Volume 2. Because it's the first one I put my hand to. I'm thinking I wanted something narrow. No, not too tall. Maybe this one. Yep, that's it. Let's put that one on. Let's distress around it first. And we're getting there. We're not going to fill the pockets because we're almost out of time. But I feel happy that I've, you know, come on. I've said, hi guys, I'm still alive. Can you believe it? You know, checked in, done a little project. And we'll just see what happens from here. No promises, guys, no promises. I think because I'll be setting myself up for stress and potential failure. So I think my plan at this stage is I will try and do videos, but I'm not going to make myself do videos. So if there's a video, awesome. If not, there will be at some point, you know, it'll just be, I think, quite random for a bit while I just, you know, go through that whole process. If you've lost someone, you know what it's like. It's just, it's a really weird time where, you know, there's no physical reason why you couldn't, or time, there's, you know, no real time reasons why you couldn't do these things, but you just aren't in the right space. And that's what it's like for me. So just dress around the whole thing. On the back, what do we want to do on the back? Do we want to do anything? Oh, come on, come out of there. Just trying to fight with my bins. Just wondering. Oh, that's interesting. That ink has kind of gone funky on the back. No. Snowman, not really. It's not really saying winter, is it? I'm just thinking like a little piece just to, actually that might not be too bad. It's a piece of a digital with mushrooms stamped on it. Little hard to see, but it's just like a little, you know how on the back of like a book or something they'll have the information. It's just like a little finishing off element that's not for any reason, just like a finish, like that end almost. Oops, I just gouged out my glue. Wonderful. See, I've still got my magic skills in gouging out glue. That hasn't left me. And I'll cover this white splotch because the white splotch just kind of looks accidental rather than deliberate. So we'll just cover it over. Now we don't know. Nobody will know it's there. It's our secret. Okay. So, little something to put in each pocket, like a tag I think would make sense. And then we've got writing space. Now to attach it to a page, because we're putting things in both sides, it would need to be clipped. So grab a paper clip. So you'd need to clip it in like so, or alternatively it could go in a pocket or a belly band. So it's, I think a belly band, it might end up a little fat once it's got tags in, but a pocket would be fine. Oops, a little bit of paper there. So options, either clip it around a page or drop it in a pocket or a belly band or something like that, or even a tuck spot, you know, all the usual suspects in your journal. But that's quite fun. I think that's quite cool. Could add some writing paper here, but I think that you could actually write on that. I don't know. Might add a label or something. We'll see. But for now, I'm calling it done, and I think that's quite cool. So I don't think it's anything new or revolutionary at all. But we made something. We hung out for some time. We caught up. And with that, I'll say I'll see you again soon, I hope. Take care, my friends. Bye for now.